to Improv Separately Together. I'm your host, Philip Whiting, and today, this one, well, she's kind of close to me. She's on my indie team, Never Decaf. Her name, Teddy!
Yay!
Woo! Woo! We're at some Arsenio Hall for this one. Thanks for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience, give them a little bit of your background.
Well, cool. In real life, I am mostly an academic integrity consultant, which means that I work with colleges and universities and try to help them minimize cheating and make students want to be more honest. And if that sounds like a challenging job, there's a lot of job security in academic integrity consulting. I used to be the director of the International Center for Academic Integrity, and I also teach a little online.
Okay, what about improv?
Improv, that's the fun stuff. That's not the real life stuff. Improv, I actually started doing improv because I wanted to do improvised TED Talks as part of my job. And then I found out how much fun it was. And so now I am part of a company, which is on hiatus right now, of course, because of coronavirus. I am part of an indie team, Never Decaf, that Philip just mentioned. And that one is not on hiatus. We're just doing stuff online. And my favorite thing to do with improv is to do benefit shows.
That company is Alchemy Comedy Theater, which has been mentioned many times on this show. So go ahead and mention it.
The company that is currently on hiatus is Alchemy Comedy Theater. And we'll be back as soon as we can.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's been plenty of Alchemy people on the show, so it's been mentioned. So the idea with my show here is that I'm meeting with improvisers, well, mostly improvisers, and seeing how they've been doing during this whole pandemic, and just asking 5 questions, and then we're moving along.
Cool.
You ready to jump right into this so we can knock it out?
I am ready to jump.
All right. So, how has this coronavirus changed your everyday process?
Ooh, gosh. It's so different because what I used to do for a lot of my work and for a lot of improv is I used to do the most interesting work face to face. So you can do a lot of things separately, but then I would get together and work with people on really hard problems, really intransigent things that needed a lot of intense brain power. And so now we still do a little of that on Zoom, but I find myself doing a lot more work completely by myself, which is different.
Makes sense. Okay, so we're all at home a lot more. Don't cover your mic. Let's let the dog speak.
Yeah, that's it. They have a lot to say.
Hey, and we love them. So we're all home a lot more. What do you like about that?
Well, I am so fortunate. I live along the Saluda River, and so I really love being able to, if I need to get more centered, more grounded, I can just take a short walk and just walk right down to the river, spend a little time with my toes in the water. That did not, used to happen when I spent a lot of time in an office.
Right. Okay, so you love that you can get down there and experience nature footsteps away.
Literally, it's just a short walk.
Nice.
It's maybe the equivalent of 3 or 4 blocks to the river.
Nice. Okay, so on the other side of that question, what do you not like or dislike about being home so much?
I hate that I can't go to people when, it would be nice to put an arm around somebody.
Right.
That's the very worst. I have an aunt right now who is sick, and I can't help her just because she's all the way up in St. Louis, and I feel like I'd be collecting virus all the way up there. And I also don't like that we can't surprise anybody. You know what I mean? There can't be a surprise party. There can't be a surprise taking somebody out to lunch.
Right.
Everything has to be planned, and I'm not I like a combination of planning and spontaneity. And now, because we have to do everything electronically, everything has to be planned.
Right. And even plans aren't great half the time.
Right. Right.
We want
the technology doesn't always go along with the plans.
You're like, all right, we want to get 20, 5 people together. We want to get 5 people together.
Right.
All right, so if you think about that one thing that you're missing more than anything, what would it be?
Oh, 100% making people laugh. 100%. And I didn't know how much I would miss that, but because my regular work has I try to be funny just because it helps the work, but it's not generally a making people laugh sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't realize how many silly little things you can do when you're in person that you can't do when you're on Zoom because they just don't work as well. But also that feeling of being in front of an audience and having the audience give you their energy, and then you give your energy back to them, and then they give you more energy in the form of laughter, and then you give them more back in the form of humor. That kind of interchange, like we can do it a little bit online, and I love when we do a show and we see the comments and we have people give us the smiley and laughy emojis, but boy, I miss just making people laugh.
Yeah, when we do the live shows, I mean, at least we're getting the laughs from the other players, so yes. That's a little bit, but it's nothing like the energy of the audience.
Yes.
All right,
yeah.
So this last question, I'm gonna basically throw it out to you two different ways, because originally it was one way, and then things opened and I changed it. So I'm basically gonna tell you two different questions, and you can answer it how you want to answer it. So originally the question was, once things open up, what's that first thing you're gonna do? But then things started opening up, so I changed it to what's the one thing that you feel is the safest for you to go do?
Okay. All right. So the obvious answer is I can't wait to start doing shows again. Like, I just can't wait. And I know we're going to do some Never Decaf shows, and I know everybody at Alchemy. I have a brand new team. His name is Toast. And they were brand new, so nobody had ever played together. The pandemic hit. We have only practiced together online. I can't wait to get together with them for a face-to-face practice and then a performance. So the obvious answer is performance, but the other thing is travel, because that's something I haven't mentioned yet, but I am I'm addicted to travel. Other people get homesick, I get away sick. I really need to go places, and I cannot wait to see somewhere that I've never seen before. That is right up there on the list. It's so hard to pick one of those two. But the one thing that I will do is get together, have fun, make people laugh in person, but then right behind it is going to be, I'm going to get on a plane and I'm going to go somewhere that I've never seen before, and I'm going to get lost, and I'm going to eat food that I'm not 100% sure what it is, and I cannot wait to go do that.
Right. And I think at the beginning of the year I was planning on 4 different things, because my son's in England, so I was like, I'm going to go to England, and
yeah,
nope, that ain't happening. We usually go to the beach for our anniversary or something. That's not happening. Her son's in Milwaukee, and we were going to go up there, and that was going to give me time to jump on that train and hit Chicago, because I've never been to Chicago. Yep. I was going to make some workshops. I got some friends there, and they were going to hook it up. And the last one was you were supposed to be part of that. We didn't get to go to Florida for the comedy festival.
No.
I
know, and I was looking forward to having a Florida native who could tell us all the stuff we had to do that most people don't know about.
Oh, you were wanting to do things?
Yes.
Good luck on that, because I was just planning on doing some shows.
Well,
yes,
definitely shows, but also just get in the ocean.
Well, yeah, it's hard finding the ocean in Orlando, though.
It's true, but Florida's so skinny, you're never that far from it.
No.
I grew up in Missouri, where, an ocean is, not within reach no matter what. Yeah. Orlando, you can just drive to an ocean whenever you want.
Yeah, you get there probably 45 minutes to an hour, depending on which beach you want to hit to.
Right.
But
growing up, it's 12 hours.
But I grew up in Clearwater, and I could probably walk 20 minutes and get to a beach. So I hear you brought your friend with you that's going to do an interview with us also, correct?
I did. She's just over there. I got to go get her.
Right,
just 1 second.
You go get her. I'll do another intro.
Cool. Awesome.
All right, Teddy, when you go get her friend, I don't know who this friend's going to be, but let's go ahead and meet them now. Hello!
Well, hello!
Hi, welcome to the show. My name is Philip.
Nice to meet you, Philip.
You are?
My name is Lucy Kondo, second cousin to Marie Kondo. You may know her.
No, but awesome. So, did Teddy let you know what was happening today?
She said it was going to be an interview, and you were going to ask me some questions, and I'm very happy to do that, Philip, because I think you bring me joy.
Awesome. So what I've been doing is I've just been reaching out to people and seeing how they've been doing during this whole pandemic that we've got going on.
Oh, awesome, awesome. Yeah, it's been quite a change for me. Although luckily I've done lots of prep work. You see, in my job, I'm a life coach to celebrity animals. And just like my cousin Marie Kondo, I try to help them simplify their life, by looking at the things that they have, deciding if it brings them joy, and if not, just, getting rid of some of the clutter in their lives.
Right.
So this is a great time to be doing that.
Cool. So I'm just going to go ahead and ask you about 5 questions, and let's go ahead and jump right into it. So during the whole pandemic, what has changed in your day-to-day process?
Well, as you know, I can't really go out, but really all I needed to do is to talk with the animals, which is a little bit harder via screen, via Zoom, but I can just still coach them through the process of looking at their toys, looking at their bones, looking at their, the little objects that they have hidden around the house, and encouraging them to get rid of the things that don't bring them joy.
Right. That makes perfect sense. Okay, so we like you said, we're home like a lot. What do you like about being home?
Well, I really like my spaces because they're very clean, very decluttered. Right before the pandemic hit, I did ask myself if my husband, Frank, still sparked joy. It turned out he did not. So it's really just me here alone with very few things, and it's very, very peaceful.
So the pandemic got rid of Frank.
Yeah, that was the best choice. I can't imagine being cooped up like we are for COVID-19 with someone who doesn't bring me joy.
Yes, that would be rough. Okay, so on the other half of that question, what do you dislike about being home so much?
Well, I did used to get to go to my client's house and consult with them. I've been working with a pair of very, very dissatisfied chihuahuas. They had accumulated so many toys, so many beds, so many bowls, and then when I couldn't go directly to work with them, I'm afraid that they have stopped, they've paused in their decluttering work. That makes me sad, but I know that when the pandemic ends, I'll be able to go help them and again get rid of those things that don't spark joy.
Yes, you're going to be much helpful to them. So if you think about the one thing that you are missing more than anything during all this, what would that be?
Oh, I think it is the opportunity to go to other people's houses and to look down at them because they have not been able to declutter in the same way that I have. I really do enjoy going and seeing people's very cluttered spaces and go, oh, you just haven't come to the point on the path where I am, but I can help you with that whenever you're ready.
Nice. All right, so there's only one more question. See, we're flying through these. So basically, I'm just going to ask you 2 different kinds of questions, and one would be, once everything is open up and everything's back to normal, what's the first thing you're going to do? And as of right now, a little bit's open, what do you feel is the safest for you to go do?
Well, I think the first thing that I'm going to do, in addition to working with the very, very cluttered chihuahuas, I had been working with a couple of celebrity dogs, and I can't mention any names, but I am very eager to go to West Hollywood and work with those dogs because they really need some help, and their owners, I don't want to give away any names, but I think the owners will be putting out some fireworks because they're so glad to be in the newly decluttered state. Yeah, I shouldn't say any more than that, but yes, my celebrity clients, they need me. And as far as what's safe to do, well, since I ran out of things to declutter around my own house, I have been dismantling pieces of the house. I decided I really don't need all 8 feet of the chimney, so I'm down to about 4 feet of chimney. I never really use the hot water in the laundry room sink, so I have taken out the pipes for that. I would say that I'm really running out of things to declutter, but it's so much part of my lifestyle that I'm doing what I can.
Oh, well, that's amazing, I guess. And hey, you know what? I hope you get out to West Hollywood and make that house bloom and make those dogs happy. But But thank you for coming on. Is there anybody you need to give a shout out to?
Well, I'm going to give a shout out to my new favorite thing to do online, which is to watch comedy shows. I hear that there are lunchtime line games, and there are also line games after dark. And I'd like to give a shout out to both of those things.
Oh,
There's
nice.
things that we can do while we're quarantined, and they definitely bring me joy.
Oh, thank you, because I'm part of both of those shows. I appreciate it. Your friend Teddy is actually part of the late night games, and you don't know this, and this will be tomorrow for you guys. But right after this, she's coming to play with lunchtime line games today.
Oh, wow! I can't wait to see that.
Nice. So that all you got? That all the shout outs you got to give? Because we'll get Teddy back here.
I sure miss Alchemy Comedy, and maybe a shout out to all the people who are doing work to register voters right now. If you're not registered to vote, go vote. Some of the politicians we have right now do not spark joy.
All right, thank you for coming on the show. Go ahead and grab Teddy, and then we'll finish up with
I'll
her.
go get her.
Awesome.
Yay!
All right, so you heard it. The West Hollywood. I think I figured out who it was. I threw my little clue in there. I could be wrong. She could have been talking about somebody else. But Teddy, welcome back.
Oh, good to be back. Good to be back.
So that was a fun interview with your friend there. Now is the time for the lightning round.
I'm ready.
I should have music ready for that, so it goes boom, 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 but it doesn't. So this is going to be kind of like a game show. It's going to be really quick answers, and the only prize you get is that tomorrow this video will be out for everyone to see. All right, so you ready?
Yep.
What's your favorite food?
Ice cream.
What's your favorite drink?
Wine.
Favorite place to visit?
Belgium.
Your favorite movie?
The Color Purple.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how fun was this interview?
11.
Feel like I nailed it again. It's funny, like I always tell everybody this, and I'm saying it now, but I'm not telling her this. I'm always ready for that low number so I can shoot higher next time. But no one's ever given me a low number, so I feel like I'm satisfying the guests with my questions.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's all I have for you today. I need you to give some shout outs now that are probably pretty similar to your friends. Go ahead and give your shout outs.
Well, I would like to give a shout out to Never Decaf Improv, to Alchemy Comedy. I would like to give a shout out to all the people who are doing lunchtime line games and also late night line games. And I would like to give a shout out to everybody who is working to make America a better place, because this coronavirus, we definitely need to do some work. It's showing us that we have some work to do. So I hope everybody will go vote. It's the most important thing. Make sure you're registered. Vote, vote, vote.
All right, there you have it. I'm going to do a little outro, and I'll be right back with you. Hey, guys, thanks for watching today's show. Remember, when you're out there at the grocery stores and all these places that have been open the whole time, say thank you to those people that are working, because they've been working hard to keep things on the shelf for you. Remember to give a shout-out to all the healthcare workers out there, because they're fighting this thing head on. And also remember to drop your hate, spread some love. We are one people. We'll see you next week. All right, peace.